So how I became a window tinter, I didn't plan on this. Like, you know how whenever you're in school, let's say, you know, elementary school, middle school, high school, they're like, well, what do you want to do with your life? And my plan was I'm gonna make it to the NBA. You know, I was kind of tall, 6'2". I was like, I'm gonna go to the NBA. They're like, okay, well, good, yeah. So once I reached like, let's say junior, senior year of high school, I wouldn't get no scholarships. You know, I played basketball, and I'm like, well, fuck, that ain't gonna happen. So what else is on the list? Ooh, athletic trainer. Because I kept getting hurt all the time. I, land on somebody's foot, hurt my hip. Just I was like the glass man, stayed hurt. So I was like, maybe I can be one of the people that help people whenever they get hurt. You know, like on the court, like they tear their ACL, fracture their leg, twist their ankle, and they run on the court. What happened? What happened? Here, let me get you. Let's get you fixed up. Bring you off the court. And they tape your ankle up before you get on the court because you got bad ankles. That's what I wanted to do. So I went to EKU in like 2000, into 2012, like the beginning of 2013, to be an athletic trainer. And what was funny was the lady who was like, it was ATR 100 because you have to do your prereq classes and shit. And I'm like, damn, this is a lot of homework, 10-page papers. And I'm supposed to memorize every part of the human body. Shit, I barely even did my homework. Like I was good at tests. Like I got a 20 on my ACT. Like I'm not a dummy, but I was too lazy to do homework. So this is just the context. So after like the second, I did good the first semester, but the second semester I was like, man, I couldn't stay out of the gym. I kept playing basketball. I think I had a chance to walk on at EKU in 2013 because I was playing against this dude. I think his name was Tommy Matthews, and I stayed at the rec. And I think I was better than him. Like there were some dudes better than me, but I was as good as him. And he walked on. I was like, maybe if I walk on, right? Like maybe I'll be able to be pro. No. So, long story short, NBA wasn't happening. College didn't work out. I decided to go another route. I decided to get money in a way that I shouldn't have. And I paid the price for it for about 3 years. And I got out and I'm like, well, now I'm a non-violent felon. Fucking great. So now what? Factory work. Okay. So I worked at a factory. And I worked at a factory before, right? Like, because when I graduated high school in 2010, I didn't start college 2 years after that, but I worked at a factory. And I was like, man, like, I don't mind working hard. Like, I was the first one to raise my hand, right? Who wants overtime? Me. You got the motherfuckers looking around like, oh, hope they don't fucking pick me out. I was the one, me. Because I grew up broke, poor, single mom, 2 kids. So I didn't mind hard work because I know it's all about the Benjamins, right? So 2018, I started working my ass off at a factory. And I didn't mind it, but I was like, dude, I'm meant for more than this, dude. Like, nothing against people that work factory work, but dude, you know what the saying was? You work, what they say? Kevin. It's my cat's name. What they say, Kevin? My son. They say you make enough money, but you ain't got enough time to spend it. They say you make a shit ton of money, but you ain't got no time to spend it. 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't got time to go to the doctor's office, Walmart. You don't even have time to take a shit. You go try to take a shit, they're looking for you. Where you at? Where you at? Man. So I'm like, dude, and you see older people that have been there. How long you been here? 20 years. They got knee braces on, they got elbow braces on, they walk with a limp. I'm like, man, I praise them people, but that ain't for me, dude. Like, I don't mind working hard. What can I do? So I started looking at side hustles, right? Like when I was 13, I used to sell knockoff, and there's a point to all this. I used to sell knockoff Jordans, right? Same reason why you girls out there buy knockoff Coach bags. I can tell when they're fake. You know they're fake. You know when you go to the flea market and you pay $40 for a $400 Coach bag, you really believe it's real? Let's cut the bullshit. So when I grew up in Lexington, all the kids wanted to, who had the newest Jordans on? Oh, you got all the attention if you had the nice shoes, the $200-$300 Jordans. So I found out you can get the knockoff ones, like the fake ones. And I can get them for, I figured out how to get them for like 40, 50, 60 bucks. And I'd sell them for 100, 110. So you're walking around with shoes that look like they're worth $300 and you paid a fraction of their price. So I've always kind of had like a hustler's mindset. I always figured out how to way to get money. It's like if someone's getting money, how the fuck you get money in that way? Like I try to reverse engineer things. So I was working at a factory and I'm looking on YouTube side hustles. I looked up independent courier delivery. I looked up website design, which I know how to make a website, but I don't know how to code or nothing like that. I looked up credit repair. I looked into pallet, like where you recycle pallets. I looked up all kinds of shit. And I watched this video. This dude, his name was CK Raps, and he was like rapping. And I've always liked cars. I've always loved cars. So I got to thinking, they're like, high school is like, well, and they would say like, what are things you're interested in? That's what you should do for a living. And mine, like I said at the time, was basketball. I wasn't playing NBA. I'm good. I was all right. I could just jump high. When you could jump high and dunk, everybody thinks you're good. Nope, I couldn't barely shoot, dribble, pass. I could just jump high. So the point is that I was like, I like cars, man. And I'm a people person. Like, I can talk to people. Some say I'm funny. Some say I'm an asshole. But I can talk to you and I'll listen to you. And another timeline, I'm a fucking therapist. But I'm like, I can talk to people, right? And I like cars. And I like making people smile, laugh. So it's like when you tend to, like now, fast forward to now, when I tend a car, they're like, damn, man, you did a good job. Like, that looks like a brand new car. Oh my gosh, bro. Feels good, man. Not as good as heroin. Don't do that though. But the point is that I started to get into like vinyl wrapping. So while working at a factory, I'm like, man, I got to figure out a side hustle, dude. Like, I got to figure out something else to do. Like, this ain't for me. The work is cool, but it's going to break me down, dude. Like, I want to have time. Like, I want to have enough time to see my kid if I decide to have one when I get older, spend time with my girlfriend. How the fuck you going to spend time with your girlfriend when you're working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every single fucking day? How you going to raise your kid? He can go on a vacation. Can I get vacation time? No. Fuck that. So I started looking into different things. I like cars, so I was like vinyl wrapping. So me and a buddy of mine, we were, looking into like upgrading our cars because, this one guy likes speakers. This other guy likes rims, putting rims on his car, stereos. And we looked up like vinyl wrapping, like tinting your taillights and headlights. So at first I got some vinyl wrap for headlight wrap from Amazon. It was by the brand Vivid. And I watched this dude named CK Raps. I watched all of his videos on how to wrap. So I was like, man, I'm just going to wrap cars. And so I got okay at, like, one day, me and my buddy at the time, we wrapped his headlights and his taillights outside. And it was a pain in the ass. But we figured it out, though. And, I kind of kept practicing at it after work, practicing at it because I had a garage in my apartment. And I would just practice in the basement with the fucking heat gun. And I was like, okay, I'm going to start wrapping cars because you wrap a car, shit, that's like $3,000 to $5,000. And so I would practice. I make videos. I practice wrapping my car. I wrap like the door handles. I wrap like the front third of my Malibu. And I got to thinking like I would like post on Facebook Marketplace, headlight, taillight wrapping, like a little marketplace. Every now and then somebody would hit me up. But I'm like, dude, I'm not in the right area. In this small ass town of Madison County, Kentucky, I'm like, people aren't going to really want to pay. Like if I lived in a bigger city, like maybe Chicago or, New York City or Dallas or LA, maybe people, but then with rapping, dude, you got to take so much shit off the car. You got to take the damn headlights off, the bumpers off, the fuck, all kinds of shit. And I'm like, what if I just transitioned into like window tinting? Because I used to get my windows tinted before, like after I would buy a car, first thing I did was get my windows tinted, right? And I'm like I know a little bit about like using a blade, cutting and film, but tint and vinyl's two different fucking things. Tint is unforgiving. Vinyl, you could crease that shit. Vinyl, you could just crease it and then heat it and it's gone. Do that shit with tint, see what happens. You're starting all the way over from scratch. But, yeah, so I transitioned into window tinting. So I bought some film, I bought some GeoShield because I watched this one video of Matt's Detroit Tint Studio, and he put a GoPro on his head, tinted the whole car. It was like giving you tips and shit. I'm like, damn. So I'd stay up all fucking, like after I got off work, all I do is watch his videos. Even at work, I got in trouble. JC, get off your phone. All right. I'd watch his fucking videos. I'd listen to it. I had these fucking you know, like the safety plugs are like, they're like yellow, but they're like blue, the string. It's like the safety because you have to have ear. I had bought on Amazon headphones that look like safety earbuds just so I could listen to his like tips and tricks. I'm like, I can't watch it, but I can listen to what he's saying. And then when I'd get home, I'd watch his fucking videos, and I'd practice in my basement, shrinking with the heat gun. And I'd buy GeoShield film. I probably went through about 4 or 5 football fields worth of film before I kind of knew what I was doing. I bought the knives. At first I used the pump sprayer. I use the Zep now. I wasn't trying to spend $500 on one of those air tank sprayers. Fuck that. I got a fucking $3 spray bottle, one of them little pump sprayers you use for your lawn. Fuck. I didn't have money like that. But right when COVID happened, right in 2020, that's when I had all kinds of time, right? Because I was working at a factory and they sent everybody home. They're like, we don't know what the fuck's going on with this coronavirus. Y'all are on standby. We got unemployment, and then we got that fucking stimulus money. So shit, I was getting paid to stay home. It was like paid training. That was the college I should have went to. If I could go back in fucking time, I would have said, fuck college. Fuck EKU. Fuck the NBA. I'm tinting. If I'd have known that, what I know now, I'd have been tinting a long time ago. I'd have been a fucking master by now, dude. I'm all right. I'm all right right now. I'm all right. But, so I just stayed in the fucking basement, practicing on my car, tinting it, taking it off, tinting it. And I had a hard fucking car to do too, dude. It was a 2007 Corvette C6. And dude told me one time, he said, man, if you can tint that back window, you can tint anything. Those motherfuckers are hard. And then I had a 2011, I still have a Chevy Malibu. And I would tint it, take the shit off, tint it, take the shit off, tint it, take the shit off, tint it, repeat, rinse, and repeat until I was like, okay. So after about, what was it? Or about September, I was like, okay, I'm ready, right? I've done my training. I'm ready. And my first customer, it was like September of 2020. It was a 2012 Malibu. I said, shit, brother. I've got one of these. I can do this shit in no time. This shit's easy. It was for some girl's 16th birthday, and the parents dropped it off, and I was sitting out of my garage in my apartment. I didn't have no shop, no shit like that. It was at my garage in my apartment. And they're like, we're just going to drop it off with you. I was like, okay, because there wasn't really no waiting room. You know, some people would wait around, and you have to entertain them while you're tinting the car. It's like you have no choice. What are you going to tell them? They're like, well, we can't really drop it off. Then you lose the fucking sale. Okay, well, you can just wait around. You have no choice. You talk to them, or they just sit and play on their phone. Then after 3 hours, they're thirsty. They got to take a shit. They got to take a piss. I couldn't wait to get a shot, but let me stay back on fucking track. So I was like, man, I'll be able to do this shit in no time. Because at that time I could, thinking back on it, I don't know how it took me so long, but it took me 7 hours to tint that fucking car. Just the sides, the back, and then the strip. And I had one. I tinted mine before, but I wanted it to be so fucking perfect. So perfect. It took me 7 hours. My first car. Like for a customer. 2012 Chevy Malibu. And like I said, I fucking had a 2011. I'm like, damn. It's taking me so damn long. But I would go over every fucking thing. That just shows you how much I care. I give a shit. And then the second vehicle I did, what was it? But anyways, that's how I got to start tinting. I'll get into the second vehicle. That'd be my next video. It was a van that had cockroaches in it. But yeah, that's how I got to tinting. And then guess what happened? I was like, well, shit. I think at that time I was charging like $250. I said, shit. This is what I make like in 3 days at work. And I made that course at 7 hours, but fuck. It's like, I can get faster at that. So I was like, I'm trading my time for money. How's it go? It said per hour, just per job. I was like, if I can tint 2 cars in 1 day, that's what I make in a fucking week. Working my ass off, sweating. It was so hot at that factory, they used to give out free popsicles and headbands that had like gel that you could cool them and put them in the freezer because they were sweating. You used to have to bring 2 or 3 changes of t-shirts in the summer. But I was proud to work that hard because I could say, yeah, I did that. But that's how I got into it. And I was like, well, shit. Put my website together, bought a couple t-shirts, and that's it after that. That's how I got started.